And now, Andrew's Doers, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 19erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named 19erella. 19erella had 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie. Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie. They made 19erella do all the chores. 19er wench. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie, all together. One day, the king of Non-Cuppingham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye! The king of Non-Cuplingham is going to Frolic Ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Non-Coupling. But 19erella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They argue who will marry Prince Non-Coupling. Later, 19erella is so sad, doing chores that she can't go to the ball and marry Prince Non-Coupling. While her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, 19erella? 19erella, in which responds, I got lots of chores to be done, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Non-Coupling. But her fairy godmother says, I can help with a bit of magic, and waves her magic wand. And because of that, 19erella's chores are all done, but her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 19erella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, 19erella has 19 pumpkins and some 38 mice. 19erella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to transform the 19 pumpkins into a handsome coach and the 38 mice into strong horses. Then 19erella's ripped clothes into a gown and crown. 19erella said, I've never seen such a non-couple-tastic gown! Get a load of my glass slippers. Her fairy godmother said, have fun, 19erella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. 19erella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Non-Coupling was wondering who he should marry. Nina, Isabella, Nellie, Ellie, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie said all together, He's walking towards me! But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 19erella. 19erella and Prince Non-Coupling dance happily together. But later, 19erella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Non-Coupling was really worried that he might never see 19erella again. So he traveled all around Non-Coupling to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. By the time he arrived, he knocked on the door of the home where 19erella and her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 19erella, he finds her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Nina to Natalie. He then said, Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Nina is first. But her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince non-accompanied noticed 19-year-old singing. The glass slipper fits! And 19-year-old gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince non-accompanying back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. And I've been debating on making some sequels, Andrew's Doers, of 19-Cinderella. And so, if you want to see some sequels to 19-Cinderella, tell your friends about it, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Internet Everything, and buy our merchandise at interneteverything.com, etc. And take care, Andrew's Doers. Bye. And now, Andrew's Doers, Internet Everything proudly presents 89-Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 89-Cinderella. 89-Cinderella had 10 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tasha, Irina, Natalia, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella. All of them constantly make fun of 89-Cinderella and make her do all the chores. 89er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes and windows. Do it all, said the 10 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters all together. And then, one day, the king of Nana-Akta, Jin Tublingham's messenger, arrives and says, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Nana-Akta, Jin Tublingham, His Royal Majesty is going to throw a ball, and whoever that is the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son. Prince Nana-Akta Jin Tubling. Can I come? asked 89-Cinderella. But she's not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They were overjoyed, ran with huge excitement, and picked out dresses to wear to the ball, but argued over who will marry Prince Nana-Akta Jin Tubling. Later, 89-Cinderella is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Nana-Akta Jin Tubling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks comforts 89-Cinderella. There now, my dear. 89-Cinderella, she said, I'll fix everything for you. Nobody will know it's you. She then waves her magic wand. Because of that, 89-Cinderella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 89-Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 89-Cinderella has 89 pumpkins and 178 mice. And then 89-Cinderella's waves her magic wand again to turn the 89 pumpkins into a handsome coach and 170 mice and mice into horses and fixes 89's now torn dress and makes it bigger, better. 89-Cinderella said, I've never seen such a non-octogen tuple-tastic gown. And get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbed into the coach. 89-Cinderella's fairy godmother said, well, you dear, you can't, but have fun. 89 my dear, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before, and gave her a clock to tell her what time it is. And so, 89 accepts the warning. Meanwhile, the king of Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham, says, "Good evening, everyone." Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling, was wondering who he should marry. "Isn't that right, son?" In which Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling, says, "Yes, father." Suddenly, 89 arrived at the ball just in time. "He's walking towards me!" Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tasha, Yelena, Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella all together. But Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling, is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 89 He then says, "May I have this dance?" In which 89 responds, "I would be delighted." And so, 89 and Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling dance happily together. But later, as 89 checks her clock, and it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling, was really worried that he might never see 89 again. The king of Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham, comforts him by saying, There, now, son. I think we'll be able to find 89 my dear daughter-in-law." And so, the king of Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham, and Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling began their journey all around the neighborhood to find her, and brought the glass slipper she lost with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the house where 89 and her 10 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 89 they find Eliza Ta'ella. Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling, then said, "Ladies, my father, the king of Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper?" Eliza is first, but her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. "Nonsense! It fits!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham, and Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling then noticed 89 singing. "Ba-da-da-da. Your Majesty and Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumbling, is that you guys?" she hollered excitedly. "The glass slipper fits!" And now, 89 the king of Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham, and Prince Nanaata, Jin Tumblingham then lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and introduce everything, and buy our merchandise at introduceeverything.com. And I've also been debating on making the sequels a bit of tradition. So take care. Bye.